Hi guys! How are you doing today? I'm doing pretty well. I had a nice night's sleep last night, even though I did wake up at 2 a.m., but that's because I went to bed at an odd time. I actually don't even remember when I went to bed, but it was an odd time. And, that was probably one of the better sleeps that I've had lately. Partially, probably because I had just changed the sheets, and whenever I do that, I always feel so comfy in the new clean sheets. It's like, I'm nice and clean. But anyway, what you're seeing on screen right now is me animating basically from start to finish, one of the shots from scene 3 of Jade Unshaken, and yeah, I didn't do really the guidelines because I had already done the guidelines for Jade Unshaken scene 3 like way in advance, so I didn't have the chance to record that, but you basically see me editing them in the beginning, and from there I do the line art, and then I color, and then I even shade in this. I think even that I did the first half of this video on one day, and then I did the second half with all the coloring and shading on another. That seemed to work out. The result came out pretty good, I think, though I guess you'll have to see for yourselves to judge. Good news recently. There is a new YouTube channel called Fanime Zone, and it is supposed to be like an official YouTube to partner with the Fanimation forums hosted by Casserole-chan, or well, Casserole. I'll link Fanime Zone in the description because I'm part of it now. I don't do much, I just do playlist maintenance, but I think it'll be fun. The purpose of the channel is to not only advertise a bunch of fanime, but like make videos about fanime, basically. I believe there's gonna be interviews at some point, I believe, and those will be fun. Those will be a lot of fun. You can go ahead and subscribe now. I can't say when the first video will be posted, of course, because it did just start. I guess don't expect anything like right away, but it is a lot of fun that it's up there, and we can expect to see some pretty great things from the video makers of the account. Speaking of making videos, however, I was recently considering, or reconsidering, making the Jade Unshaken opening for the first episode of Jade Unshaken, because I decided months ago that I didn't think that I wanted the Jade Unshaken opening in the first episode, but recently I've been kind of rethinking that thought because, I don't know, it would be really cool to have the opening in the first episode, even though it might not make much sense. I still think it would be kind of worth it to have. But I'm still conflicted because, like, as I said, it might not make much sense. It's only about 25 seconds long, so I mean, it wouldn't take much work to finish the opening now that I'm used to animating in this style, because when I was first starting animating in random Jade Unshaken stuff, it would take me forever because I wasn't used to adding so much detail to the animations. I think it might be easier to get back to. But the funny thing is, I made the storyboards for the opening probably late 2015. I think it was October 2015, so the storyboards are really old. And then I redid some stuff last year, but now the opening is just so old, I'm like, do I want to keep this? I mean, I don't want to waste the stuff that I made, but it's just kind of funny to me, like, oh, it's taken so long for the opening to come out, even though it's only 25 seconds long. Like, honestly, if I sat down and told myself to finish it real soon, then it would get done, but like, it almost feels like I'm wasting time, even though it's for Jade Unshaken, but it's just like, what if I don't use this for the first episode, you know? But I was also thinking that I probably should finish the opening just so that I can have, like, videos posted as if like fun little previews for what you guys can expect to see in Jade Unshaken in the future, and so that would be cool to be able to hype people up by watching the opening and everything, and even the ending I was thinking of posting before I posted the episode. But like at this point, like I'm halfway done with scene 3 basically, and there are only 2 more scenes after that, and I kind of feel like at this point I'm further in the episode than I am in the ending and opening, which is just kind of funny. Completely untrue, by the way, because the opening and ending together I think are, it's like 114 seconds long, just the ending and opening together, and scenes 4 and 5 are like 2.5 minutes. So I guess they're almost equal, but definitely the episode has more left to do than the opening and ending. It just kind of feels like the ending is such a big undertaking because of all the backgrounds that I did back like, months ago. And then it has a bunch of animation that I want to put over it, and I don't know, it just kind of feels like those things will take more work than the episode itself, which might be a little silly, but you know, whatever. I guess let me know your opinion on whether you think it would be a good idea to have the opening in the first episode, because it has a lot of, like, stuff people might not understand, but I guess that has to do a lot with anime, because, well, a lot of anime put a bunch of stuff you're not going to understand in the opening, so, and it's only 25 seconds. I mean, I guess I'll just do it. I don't know, it's just so hard to, like, decide on, because it's like, oh, that's just another 25 seconds that I need to add to make the episode, but now that I say that aloud, it's like, well, it's only 25 seconds. Stop worrying so much. So I guess I'll look into working on the opening again more soon. I guess I'll decide from there once I do more stuff for it whether I want to have it in. I think it would be at, like, before anything happens at all in the episode. Though I do have to remember to put a, like, viewer's discretion at the beginning of the Jade Not Shaken episode, because there are a lot of dark themes in Jade Not Shaken, and I wouldn't necessarily say that they are suitable for younger people, but it's not like anything explicit, it's just the themes surrounding what happens. I mean, nothing gets shown, but just the fact that it has happened and it is something that is important to the series, it's just like, I'm worried for the younger people, and I'm worried that they might not even understand what's going on, though that can be said for really anyone, depending on how well I execute what I want to do for Jade Not Shaken, really. But yeah, I just really have to remember to put a viewer's discretion advised thing at the beginning of the episode. I considered asking the voice actor for Jaden to say the viewer's discretion thing, but I was like, I don't feel like writing it out and saying it right now. So I was just like, maybe I'll just say it at the beginning of the episode. But then I was like, but I don't like my voice. What if I look back on this episode and be like, ugh, why did I record myself at the beginning, you know? But I'll probably do it myself anyway. Who cares? I might even, now that I think about it, I might even make some sort of voice for it. Who knows? It's been so exciting lately, though, because I did actually officially finish the Scene 3 line art on August 1st. And since then, I've been working on the coloring. I'm about 40% done with the coloring, maybe 45%, because I've been kind of keeping track of my progress on the steps of the episode, or, well, the scene, actually. Recently, I've been skipping some shots because I wanted to do later shots. In fact, the one you're watching on screen right now, I finished it out and everything, but it's like, it's one of the later shots from the scene, so I just randomly have this fully colored and shaded bit at the end of the scene when the majority of the scene isn't colored and shaded, so it's just like, how do I add this in? I mean, I have to go and count it every time, so but I'll say basically I'm 45% done with the coloring. And as for the shading, I might say 30%, 30 to 35% done with the shading. I think it's very exciting, because it's like, wow, I was so scared of Scene 3 and how long it was all this time, but now I'm like basically halfway done with it, and it's pretty exciting. Very happy to get it done. And then I can start working on Scene 4, which takes place in a mall. Yay! I really don't, I mean, as scared as I was of Scene 3 and how long it was, at least there were only 5 characters on screen throughout the whole scene, and the backgrounds weren't really that intricate, and they didn't really need that much detail, but, like, they're in a mall in Scene 4, and I'm really scared to start doing the backgrounds on that, because I want to do backgrounds first before I do any animation. It seems to help me set up where the characters are going to go, and it also helps because it's like, well, I already did the backgrounds, I'm not stuck with them at the end, so that's nice, because, well, I really don't like backgrounds. Backgrounds are, like, one of my least favorite things to do. Really, the only thing I like doing in animation, like, in making episodes in general, I posted this on Twitter the other day, where I was just like, gosh, it's kind of silly of me to be making animated shows so much, because I only like 2 parts of the process, and that's animation and writing. Everything else I hate. Like, coloring is so boring, and shading is so tedious, and audio is so frustrating, and editing is so boring. It's just like everything I just am bored or frustrated with, except animation and writing. And even writing is kind of debatable on the levels of frustrating versus enjoyable. I'm sure a lot of you understand. Well, this seems to be coming to a close now, this whole animation bit. I hope you liked listening to me just babble on about how Jade Not Shaken's going lately, and once again, check the description for the Fanime Zone YouTube. Go and subscribe, as I'm sure a lot of fun content will be coming up in the months ahead. Everyone have a great day. Go ahead and tell me how your day's been going in the comments. Maybe even tell me if you're going to be doing anything exciting soon. And I'll see you guys later. Bye!